Looks like you found the place.
You're sure this is the one?
I'm positive. Lapa Sesame goes by Mandala in the Trance. There's a big gap in the records, and it's shaped exactly like her.
I thought you said he put a lot of effort into it.
They've been hiding her activity, but weren't covering up their own work very well.
If they did, then
How are the headaches?
Won't be a problem for much longer.
You understand the plan?
Don't worry. I know exactly what I'm doing. After all, I've been planning this for years.
There's nothing like being in trance. A world built of abstracts and intellect, of tangible thought, where every part has been crafted by an individual soul. It's the purest form of contact a person can have, mind to mind. It's the pinnacle of human achievement. Some might say that achievement in the physical world is somehow more meaningful. To them I say, join the future or be surpassed by it. Within the trance, we are millions of minds as one. But even as far as we've come, there's still one serious flaw. Its reliance on the real world as its backbone. And disconnections. Damn. Don't panic. I'll just go and speak to the building manager. It's not like there's anything to be afraid of out there. Let's get this over with. Better go and talk to the building manager. Ah! Ouch! Huh? Password error, huh? I guess the door's broken too. Contact manager. I'm trapped?
Hi, I'm Sheffy, your interactive guide to THB Foods Auto Meal Sweets.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my food machine?
Hi, I'm Sheffy,
We already had this bit.
I'm the voice of your food machine. I'm here to help you make the most of your machine and all the delicious possibilities. And if there's trouble, I'm here to help you out.
I've had to live off your crap for 2 years now. It's bland, and it feels like runny puke. I have trouble swallowing, and every mouthful makes starvation that little bit more appealing.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried any of our new recipes recently? Let's look for some. Oopsie, it looks like I can't connect. Don't worry, you can always use the memory cards in the machine to upload delicious new recipes.
Ciao.
Bye!
Forsooth, who wouldst summon the guardian of thine abode?
What's your function?
I am the defender. I prevent intrusions upon thy fortress. The physical and the etheric.
I found you in the door's terminal software. You're the apartment's network security, aren't you?
Quite so. Trojans and malware, flee from my presence.
But you also control the door's security.
A vital role, milady. None shall threaten the sanctity of your domain.
Who are you?
I am the defender, the guardian, the knight. No threat shall dare intrude upon thy domain while I stand watch.
Do you have a name?
I do not wish to trouble my lady with such minute details.
So, just Knight then.
Whatever thy will, milady.
Ciao.
Fare thee well, milady.
Hi, I'm Chef.
What's on your recipe card now?
I see there's some new recipe data. It looks like...
Apparently whatever virus was writing that T-mail is doing some damage. You don't look so good.
It's nothing that can be worked around.
Sounds more like you need someone to put you out of your misery. Ciao.
Meters in!
Forsooth, who wouldst...
I think Sheffy the chef's come down with something.
The steward harbors a blight? Zounds! This shall not be allowed to continue! Foul harbinger!
I'm the...
There are grave accusations of treason upon your head, steward! Stand and face me! We shall see what trial by combat makes of you!
I'm sorry, I don't quite...
Have at thee!
Well, that takes care of her.
This is it. Animus Organics. You think Central's right on this one?
I still don't think an AI, however powerful, could predict a crime like this.
However, if it does help us catch the mindjacker.
Central hasn't exactly been generous with the details. I don't really think we're gonna find anything here. There are other, stronger leads we ought to be chasing. The elevator's locked. Panel says authorized personnel only.
I guess we need to find someone who counts as authorized, then.
What the hell?
What'd you find?
A security card. This man was custodial staff, a janitor.
Probably not our mindjacker's target, then.
Still, I don't think this was an accident. We need to find out what's going on here.
It's unlocked floor 26 for us.
Must be where its owner was working. Damn it all.
Burns all around the planar nodes and his wetware wiring. Yeah, this is our mindjacking victim.
Central was right.
The attack was recent, maybe minutes ago. The mindjacker was probably interrupted by the janitor who ended up on the street.
There's only one other way out of here, to the roof. We need to get up there before he escapes again. I think I found the office manager's contact.
See if he'll help us. Remember, be consistent when you're talking to him.
What? Who is this? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Mr. Atwood, my name is Dr. Regis. I'm an investigator for Cell.
What? I mean, what's happened?
We're on the trail of a dangerous felon. He's killed dozens before, and without your help, he's going to escape.
Oh God. What's happened?
2 of your colleagues have been killed on site. We're tracking the murderer, and we're pretty sure he's fled to the roof.
What? Who?
We need access to the roof as quickly as possible. What's the code for the access door in your office? Do you want Cell agents bringing you in as well? All this stalling, I might think you're working with the killer.
No, I just...
Quickly, what's the code?
It's 6167.
Thanks. Come on, we've almost caught up with him.
The mindjacker!
Freeze! Cell agents! Lay down your weapon and put your hands above your head.
Does that ever work?
Sometimes. It was worth a try. You're under arrest on suspicion of illegal trafficking of neural data, breaking and entering, and homicide.
Let's not forget, shooting at Cell agents.
The only way off this rooftop is down, either with us or over the edge.
Frankly, the second one's fine by me.
What? What? He had lifting shifting gear?
He's escaping by aerostat.
Central, our mindjacking suspect has fled the scene by air.
Interceptors dispatched. Belcorp officers have arrived on scene at Animus. Please return to headquarters for debriefing.
Nuke it. We were so close.
Lau, Max,
What? Huh?
were you sleeping on duty?
Sleep? No, I was trancing. For work, of course.
Dr. Lau was submitting her case report.
We were so close. Have you found the aerostat he escaped to?
No records have been found of such a vehicle.
What?
Radar and air traffic records show no aerostat present at that time, and no communications traffic has been identified regarding the aerostat.
Maybe he deleted them? Covered his tracks?
That would require access to an improbable number of systems, including my own. Such an undetected intrusion into central systems is implausible.
Are you saying we're lying?
It is possible that you were mistaken. Human error. For the moment, you are advised to pursue other lines of inquiry.
If you say so. Something's going on here. When people worry, there's always something they find to help them. Drinking, the trance, even God sometimes. Me, I've got a place I like to go to. It's helped me when I've been troubled in the past. Here goes nothing.
Dr. Regis.
Yes?
Regis? Central's still giving us a negative on the aerostat. It's like it just vanished. So I thought I'd better give you a heads up.
Do you mind? I was in the middle of something. How did you find me?
Central told me you'd be here, at Fulcrum Tower. Also, it said, stop turning your traveler off.
What a surprise. I like my privacy, though. That's why I come here.
You hang around the balconies much?
Take a look at the plaque.
Viksha Regis, beloved... Oh, Regis, this is... I'm sorry, Charlie, I didn't know.
You wouldn't have. I don't tell anyone about it.
Wow. I know you've got some seriously high-up strings you can pull, but I didn't think they'd ever let someone be buried up here. And how the hell can you afford somewhere like this?
You're right, though. This place is very expensive. Why do you think I live in a pod in the Southeast Barrel?
I didn't know that was where you lived, either.
We were married for 4 years.
I'm sorry it couldn't last.
We met in our professions. She was a engineer as well.
You didn't have kids?
My previous work, well, it left both of us infertile. We had embryos prepared through IVF, but we never got to using them.
I'm really sorry. I remember reading... It was Baxter, wasn't it?
Don't push it, Dr. Lau.
Sorry. I think I figured out why you went off the grid to come up here tonight. You heard about Baxter, didn't you?
They let a monster like that walk.
They didn't parole him because they approve of what he did. He's out because he's got skills Central thought would be useful. With a governor jammed in his limbic system, well, he won't be the same man. He can't even imagine hurting anyone again.
Even if it were completely true, I know that there is absolutely no way I could forgive him.
On the bright side, he'd probably be pretty mad at you too. Well, if he could have thoughts like that anymore without falling over and puking, you put him away, and that counts for something.
She isn't buried up here. She was processed, like anyone else.
I see.
The tree's special, though. I made it myself, from scratch.
Planted and grew?
No, made. It's a cross of Chrysophyllum canito and Prunus cerulata. The junk DNA in every cell of it contains her entire genome.
Wow.
Takes a lot of looking after.
But you're doing it for her.
Makes it all worth it.
I know it's not exactly normal for you to open up, but if you want someone to talk to,
Central wants us?
I'm afraid so. We better get going. You coming?
Damn it, Max. Just get moving. I want a moment to reflect.
All right, Regis.
Max, I'm sorry. That came out wrong. Things haven't been going great today. Max,
Yes?
Nothing.
That's all right, Charlie. I understand. I'll be in the car.
I can't ask for her help in this. I'm not even sure what this is yet.
You are alone, as requested?
Yes? Now what is this about?
1448D-A, 1448D-B, 1448D-C, 1448D-E.
Excuse me? What about them?
They were removed from the Alracis Medical Center, originally deposited at 1615, on the 11th of November 2065. They have been fertilized by yourself and Dr. Viksha Regis. They were frozen at the earliest viable phase of growth. 3 are female, and 1 is male. They were deposited after your fertility treatment proved...
Stop! Why are you telling me this? Who are you? And what are you doing with my my embryos?
You are about to meet with a contact, Gil Vanderwall. In his home is an active memory module, a most unique model. You will secure it for us. Further instructions will follow.
Fine. I'll get you that memory module.
A wise decision, Dr. Regis. I know full well just how much you are prepared to do for these embryos.
To save the lives of our children? I think I can accept that.
So, despite the incident at Animus, I may have some good news. We might have a break in that string of myjackings. I managed to get Gil Vanderwall, the legitimate businessman, to cooperate. Says he has information on the myjacker.
I thought Vanderwall made it pretty clear he wasn't going to speak to us.
Might just be the way you handled him. Tact is apparently not your strong point.
I like to speak my mind. What did he say?
Didn't want to talk over the...
Lau?
Central wants a word.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau.
This isn't just a social call for an update, is it, Central?
Dr. Regis, lately you have spent a great deal of your time off network. It is for your safety and that of the citizens that we...
Central?
All points bulletin, evacuation in progress at Barber's Gate Transit Station. Case officers Regis and Lau assigned to crisis management.
What's happening at the...
All case data has been transferred to Dr. Lau. Your vehicle has been rerouted. Please seek an expedient resolution to the situation. Central out.
Businesslike as ever. Let's go see what this is about.
Sir, over here.
I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We've been assigned as crisis management.
Corpsman Durian, 4th Network.
Has it gotten any worse?
Not yet, but we've not heard any word since...
Hey, I'm the only one here who hasn't got wiring in his head. Central hasn't had the decency to update me.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, it's another one, sir.
Another what?
A, bomber.
Are you the one who spotted him?
No, sir. Central marked him when he tripped the sensor. Apparently, his genome was flagged on a watch list.
They can profile potential suicide bombers by their DNA?
Certain kinds.
Central locked down the trains and started an evacuation. It looks like he panicked and holed up in one of them.
Anyone in danger? Any hostages?
Central's not mentioned any in the case file. That either means there aren't any,
or it doesn't consider them sufficiently important. Probably wants the transit running again more than it cares about human life.
Sounds like he was surprised. Didn't have time to take any.
He's not thinking in terms of hostages. He was made as a weapon.
Regis?
He's a biobomber. The explosives are made of... they are his bones. That's how he tripped a DNA sensor. What's your take on it, Dr. Lau?
Honestly, it's looking pretty lousy for him. Doesn't look like he's got any human shields. I doubt an empty transit station was his intended target either.
Very astute.
Charlie, you're not gonna like this. Central's just bumped the priority. It wants the suspect neutralized.
What? Public safety is our priority.
What's the plan?
I'm going in. I'll keep him talking and keep him stable. Get to high ground, and be prepared to take the shot.
Understood.
The signal is hope. Wait until you hear it from me.
I understand. I've got your back.
Keep the public away, and run one more check for bystanders in the station. We can't afford casualties if this goes wrong.
Yes, Doctor.
Hello?
Who's there?
I just want to talk. I'm unarmed, and I'm opening the doors.
What do you want, heathen?
You sound like you're from America. Am I right? Texas, I'd guess.
Yes, you're right.
I thought so. I grew up there myself, near Fort Worth. What part do you hail from?
Houston.
I can remember what it's like out there. It's part of why I came here in the first place. I'm Dr. Regis, by the way. Some folk call me Charlie.
Thomas Beckett.
Like the saint. Nice to meet you all, Thomas. So, how do you like the city?
It's a wretched den of sin, like Sodom or Gomorrah.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I wouldn't go that far. I take it you're not here as a tourist.
I'm here to do my duty and strike a blow for the Lord.
Really? We're a long way out from the war here. Whole other continent, in fact.
Yes, I know. But now I'm surrounded, and I must make use of what I have. The fire within me.
How's the scoliosis?
What?
And the osteoporosis, the rickets, and the diabetes.
How do you...
It's a common side effect of sloppy prenatal genetic engineering. That, and having your body lay explosive nitrates in your bones instead of calcium.
It's a test of our faith. Only the truly worthy who can...
It shows just how little the Gengineers who made you cared about your health. They made you to walk and to carry a bomb in your bones. The fact that you're a living, feeling, thinking human was merely an inconvenience.
Regis, I'm in position. Visibility good, 0 crosswind. Standing by.
There have been times when I've lost faith, but I can't let this be one of them.
I used to work with guys like you, a whole lifetime ago.
The Lord's warriors?
Something like that. Kids who'd been altered, weaponized youth. You've grown up with so many health problems, groomed since birth for a noble sacrifice. But does this seem like the glorious role you were promised?
It is my duty to God to sacrifice myself.
In an empty transit station, thanks to a piece of bad luck?
This wasn't where I was supposed to go. But even the original target, it doesn't seem to fit with God's plan. But if I agreed to go with you, I'd have failed in my duty. I'd just be a prisoner in a strange land.
For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own people who are prisoners. Psalm 69, verse 33.
You're right. Wherever I am, I'm always in the Lord's sight.
There are more ways to do his work than destruction. We can help you find it. We can probably even fix your bones.
All right. I shall not resist.
Thomas, you've made a wise choice. More importantly, you've made it for yourself. Corpsman, the suspect is surrendered. Take him into custody. Carefully.
Yes, Doctor.
Regis, that was amazing! Central's going to be pissed, though. That was a huge risk.
Screw Central. Come on. We've got work to do. The corpsemen can handle it here.
Yeah, with a little help from the bomb squad.
So, Vanderwall finally agreed to cooperate?
Yep, said he could give us a head start on the minejacker.
We'd better not keep the man waiting then.
You've never struck me as much of an art lover.
I'm not so keen on this kind of thing. The mag coil keeping it floating, however. Hey, Max.
What's up?
Keep at it, Max.
Can do, Regis.
Vanderwall, you there? You sure he's in?
He told us to meet him here. Central hasn't logged any departures from this floor since this morning either.
Hey, Max.
What's up?
You've got a brain for wetware systems, right?
Don't you mean full of wetware systems?
Huh, this isn't just me being offensive. Can you have a word with the door controls?
I'll see what I can do. Got it. I reset the password. It's now password 1.
I'm just glad you're on our side now.
Damn straight. I could probably make a lot more money if I turned to crime.
Gail, you in here? Oh, excuse us, miss. I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We're cell agents. Miss, are you all right?
Regis, this is a synth. The look on your face is priceless. It's a very expensive one, but it's still a synth. And apparently out of charge.
Something else about it bothers me more.
I know. I sure hope that isn't blood. Jesus Christ.
What the hell happened in here? Did someone get to Vanderwall before he could talk?
Maybe it's a domestic gone bad? We should check around first.
What?
We need to get a look at it ourselves, before the crime scene people wreck it.
Good idea.
Really?
Well, yes.
Who are you and what have you done with Charlie Regis?
What do you mean?
You're unusually cavalier today. You got something on your mind? I mean, I know you don't usually care what Central thinks about regulations, but...
This time, I think it could help us get a lead on our investigation. Besides, all the time we waste, the minejacker may have found their next victim.
I like this, Regis. Let's get investigating. See anything interesting?
There's an empty gun rack in here. Ammunition, maintenance tools, cleaning spray, but no gun.
In their closet?
Maybe it's their outdoor gear. There's fishing equipment in here as well.
Are you taking stuff again?
It might be useful. Call it a hunch. There we go. Now it's got an enormous hook. There, a magnet at the end of a fishing line.
For catching submarines?
I think I'm carrying as much of Vanderwall around as I want to. There's something at the bottom of the pool. A pistol?
Our murder weapon?
One of them, maybe. It's too deep to reach.
Not without severely contaminating the crime scene anyway.
Got it.
The murder weapon?
One of them, anyway. Why is it in the jacuzzi, though?
What we really need is a witness.
Hello?
I think I know what's wrong with it.
Stepford & Son, Synthetic Associates. Liam Stepford speaking. Ah, Mr. Vanderwall. I trust everything is satisfactory.
Mr. Stepford, my name is Dr. Charles Regis. I'm a cell agent.
Oh my, yes. How may I help, Dr. Regis?
I'm investigating the death of one of your clients, Gil Vanderwall.
Oh my, yes. That sounds terrible.
The synth in question is powered down. We need to ask it some questions.
It shall need to be revitalized then. Oh my, yes. Likely it misgauged its own consumption rate, was unable to reach a charging point.
Is there any way to fix it?
Oh my, yes. You can remove the power cell from the upper torso. It will be concealed by the pseudodermal layer of outer skin, but this can be removed with a sharp implement.
So, I have to perform surgery.
You will need to remove the power cell and charge it separately. The platform should return to full operation thereafter. Oh yes.
That's all I need to know for now.
Please don't hesitate to get in contact if you think we can help. Oh my, yes.
What are you up to?
Just doing some surgery.
CI wetware systems
beginning reboot. Beginning recovery from
critical failure.
Basic input-output executing.
MBR unified bootloader executing kernel.
Kernel executing
SBININIT. Calibrating
CI state
with USD.
Oh, that is better. Bonjour, monsieur.
Hello? What the hell happened upstairs?
How do you mean, monsieur?
The room's recent redecoration. Shades of Gil everywhere.
And the body of Dakari Vanderwall, shot to pieces in the tub. Any opinions on this?
Oh, monsieur, I cannot discuss this. I have been told most strictly not to discuss what goes on upstairs.
Even if it includes the double homicide of your owner?
I have my orders. What would Monsieur Gale think if I went against him?
Probably not a great deal anymore.
She doesn't quite seem to get what's happened.
Might not have been written with a comprehension of abstracts like death.
2 men have been killed upstairs. There's blood and human remains all over the room, and all over you. If you weren't directly involved, then you're at least a material witness.
I am sorry, monsieur. I cannot say what happens upstairs. Monsieur Gale, he values his privacy greatly.
How about we take you down to cell and manually pull your memory apart?
Regis, it's a synth. Threatening it won't help.
What can you remember before you ran out of power?
Monsieur, I remember many things. My memory is holographic, but I have Monsieur Gale's confidence to consider.
Even if cell requires it?
I cannot simply discuss what happens around here without his permission.
He's certainly paid for loyalty.
What can you tell me about the Vanderwalls?
They are the best employers a young French girl could hope to have.
Are they really?
Quite so, monsieur. So loving. And with such exquisite taste.
Wow. They must have got this one customized for sycophancy.
Do you know anyone who might want to hurt them?
Oh no, monsieur. They are beloved by all.
Thanks. We'll keep looking around.
My pleasure to have helped, monsieur.
Stepford and Son, Synthetic Associates. Liam Stepford speaking.
We believe this synth to be a material witness, or involved, in a murder.
Oh my, no! How horrific!
It's unwilling to cooperate with us, though. Vanderwall seems to have ordered it to remain silent about certain areas of his home.
Oh my, secrecy is one of many reasons that users opt for non-OEM personalities. If you wish, I could have one of my engineers disassemble its mind state in order to recover memories. This may take several hours, depending upon the algorithm used for laying down synaptic engrams.
I'm afraid time is a critical factor, Mr. Stepford. Is there any way I can do it here?
Oh, there may be. Oh my, yes. I shall transfer you the necessary tool.
That's all I need to know for now.
Please don't hesitate to get in contact if you think we can help. Oh my, yes.
Does this ring any bells?
Oh, yeah! It's what Mr. Gill used when We were all up in the bedroom earlier this evening.
You're worrying too much.
You promised me that you'd gotten out of it.
I have. This was merely a favor for an old friend.
And look where it's gotten you.
They were arguing about something. It sounded big.
Don't you think I know what this could mean? You asked me to talk to that damned cell agent, and I agreed. You see what I do for you?
I know. And I knew you'd do the right thing eventually.
It's not just because it's the right thing, or because you asked. It's because of what it would mean to the whole city.
Mr. Gill was grumpy, but not at Mr. Dakari so much. Then he asked for some of his special wine.
Chantel, be a dear. Bring me my wine.
This was the lousy stuff they've got in the wine rack.
to law and order.
Yeah, but he puts extra things in his wine as well.
Ah!
Gil, what's wrong?
It must have been my... What is this?
What's what?
Mr. Gill seemed to be real worried about something.
Who are you?
Gil, what are you doing with that gun?
Stay away! Don't come any closer! Ah! No! Get off me! Chantel!
He sounded like he was in trouble.
Get it out of me!
He kept telling me there was something in him. I asked what he meant.
It's inside me! Get in there and get it out!
And the maid's personality. She'd have done anything he asked.
I didn't find anything, though.
So Vanderwall had a hallucinatory freakout.
Sounds like it was whatever he was putting in the wine. We'd better find out what it was.
Oh, I know everything about drinks. Mr. Gill was buying up cheap wine and using wetware to artificially age it.
Wetware?
Yeah, he kept it in the refrigerator.
Ow! Geez, what is that? Can't you hear it?
There, the wetware on the middle shelf. It rapidly ages the wine to how it's wanted.
Not anymore, it doesn't. It's been reprogrammed. That memory module's broadcasting a signal. The wetware in the refrigerator's interpreting it as an order to reformat itself.
So it stopped being a wine aid and ended up a powerful hallucinogen?
Looks that way.
You want me to carry it? You look uncomfortable.
Yeah, something about it hurts.
Hey!
We're heading back to cell. A forensics team will be here in a while. Just don't try to make, cook, or clean anything while we're gone, okay?
I got it!
Oh, you found him.
Apparently this is what Central wanted me to see. Why would it do this? I stopped him.
Charlie.
I promised him I could help, and then it did this to him.
Maybe it's trying to hammer home the message. After all, Central didn't ask you to talk him out of it. It said neutralize.
Why would it be so?
Dr. Regis.
You. Soulless. Callous. I promised him!
His euthanasia was a necessary measure. 75% of the captured bombers have attempted self-immolation in custody. The risk of repeating such an action was unacceptable.
He wouldn't have.
Whatever the case may have been, cell command offices are now safe from...
Central?
Uh-oh.
General alarm.
General alarm. Central functions compromised.
Localized E-war attacks detected within heuristic barrier systems. Systems entering siege mode. All personnel equipped for abstract dynamic countermeasures. Please report to action stations. Repeat.
Abstract dynamics to action stations.
Sounds like I'm needed. Remember, no matter what Central says, you've done a great job today.
is this?
It is to show you my opinion of how swiftly you have carried out your task, Dr. Regis. You still have another 3 chances to change my mind.
I have the memory module from Vanderwall's place.
Good. Place it on the bench in your garden.
Okay, module's in the garden.
Excellent. I'm sending you an address. It's a dump of a studio apartment out in the barrel. The occupant is on vacation. I want you to destroy it.
Excuse me?
Procure an explosive device, plant it within his apartment.
I guess I don't have a choice.
I knew you'd make the right decision, Dr. Regis. Return to your garden after the task is complete. I shall contact you then.
I guess I should have turned these over to the evidence locker.
Got it.
It'd be an understatement to say it's been a bad day.
No kidding. I sure wouldn't want to be you.
Yeah, I've got a few problems, but I'm not going to let them threaten what I care about any longer.
You say that, but I think you're yellow.
Hey, I've got a plan.
If you're so decisive, why haven't you unfrozen any of those embryos?
It's been 20 years, Regis.
You know who it is, Dr. Regis. There's only one person it could be, isn't there?
You think it's Baxter?
Well, you certainly do.
Good evening, Dr. Regis.
Where are they, you son of a bitch?
I saw your handiwork and was most impressed.
So you'll give them back?
I'm sending you an address. You'll find your reward there.
Wait. Baxter? How? How is this possible? Traveler, begin recording. Lau, if you're listening to this, well, it means they've caught me. It wouldn't be right if I couldn't explain things to you, though. I've been blackmailed, with the lives of my kids. I traced the calls the blackmailer made. There's only one man who would have done this. And yet, Thanks to the neural governor, he's also the only one who never could have. I've got to see that justice is done. Good luck, Max.
Hey, Charlie.
That's Dr. Regis, Corpseman.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Regis. Sir, I need your help, Doctor. Rescue brought someone in, but I'm not qualified to take the statement.
I'm very busy, Corpseman. Can't you find Santiago or Lau?
No, sir. They're still in the AR lab, trying to fight off the heuristic attack. It'll only take a second, sir.
Fine.
Oh, thank you, sir. I've been panicking all evening about it. She's in the waiting room at the end here.
Oh, hey, some service. These flexes are broken. I can't input anything.
That's because they're not flex screens. They're sheets of paper.
Paper? What is this, the Dark Ages?
Hi there. My name's Charlie. I work here, and I'm going to see if I can help you. Something like this must be quite unsettling after all.
You could say that. It's not every day something like this happens. Not in meat space, anyway.
Where do you live?
The Trance.
And where is your physical address?
Well, it was 13E8682 Zeus Street.
Excuse me?
13E8682 Zeus Street?
Why are you here at Cell?
They didn't tell you? Someone cut my network and locked my apartment. I just about managed to crack the door when the whole damn place exploded.
Exploded?
Sure, I didn't like the place, but I didn't do it. Hey, is there a net connection here? I haven't been able to hook up for hours.
Excuse me.
So, can I go?
Corpseman, the girl in there's life may be at risk. Do not let her leave without authorization from myself or Dr. Lau.
Can do, Dr. Regis.
Empty apartment, my ass. That girl was locked in there. That asshole knew what would happen when he wanted her killed. I know what he has against me, but why her as well?
Why is this taking so long? Can I get back in the trance yet? It won't bring up the menu. The insert coin message on the screen is in the way.
Hi there. How can I help?
Can I speak to you?
Sure. Just a second.
I'm starving. It's been days since the last time I ate.
And was that because you were deep in the trance?
That's not the point. I couldn't get the food machine in here to work.
Oh yeah, they take tokens. Here, have a few. You'll be able to get yourself something.
Is it any good?
What kind of machine do you have at home?
The kind that came in Skanto apartments.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah, kind of about that.
Thanks for that.
Anytime. Just call if you need anything.
I've given it a handle made of that plastic rubbery sheet.
Hey, what did you do? I've lost the feed from the camera. Oh jeez, Charlie's gonna kill me. Why did you do that?
I like my privacy.
Just don't do anything stupid, okay? Please?
This kind of sums up my feelings about paperwork. I can't get the screws out with my bare hands. My nails aren't strong enough for that. I put some of it in the cup. I don't think I can filter. I guess that's sorta safer. Everything I can scrape off my hands is in the cup. Let's see if this works. Easy. Nothing stands between me and my trance. Got it. I can feel the nut on the other side. Got it. I've made a connection with his neural hub.
Ahlan wa salam.
Hi? I'm looking for the internet. Are you tapping the line as well?
Indeed I am, except we appear to be doing it from opposite directions.
Looks like a partially built sim.
Indeed, we're using a number of different sources to reconstruct a scene. Cameras, chromatographs, even the charge variances and wiring.
So why are you hooked up to Cell? No offense, but you'd have to be crazy to hack Central.
Fortunately, Central is indisposed. An initial attack appears to have crippled it.
Ah, so lots of opportunists are trying their luck while the security's weak.
Precisely. I was assembling this sim at the same time, when you joined it through an outbound port.
Wait, the guy in the cell with me? Blonde pseudo-leather jacket got the shakes?
That would be Guy, yes. He's acting as one of our relays within Cell.
You think he can help me get out?
We work within our own specialties, and his is Cell. If anyone were able to furnish a means for you to escape, it would be him.
You're a hacker.
That sounds so crude.
The sort who prefers to be called an adventurer?
I'm merely a concerned citizen. You can call me Jinsel.
I'm Mandela. This looks a lot like the kind of place I used to live.
It ought to. It was right above your own. In fact, we're trying to reconstruct the data from moments before the blast.
You know where I live?
We wouldn't be taking our responsibilities seriously if we didn't. We also know that it appears you've been targeted deliberately. These are shots we've been able to recover of the man who planted the bomb.
That's the guy I spoke to.
You know him?
Yeah, he's the cell agent who interviewed me. He left like an hour ago. Why would a cell agent be trying to kill me?
Often, Central's plots are unclear. This, however, is too direct and destructive for how Cell works.
You think it's personal, then?
In any case, he knows where you are and that you survived.
He's also got me trapped in one place again.
Then it's imperative that we help you to escape. Our agent may be able to help you with that. He is close at hand.
Why do you think it was me they were aiming for?
We hear things. We're also aware that prior to the blast, you were trapped.
Yeah, someone cut my connection and locked the door.
It would appear that you were being kept in place until the bomb was planted.
They probably could have just done it. I'd have been in trance for hours.
They had to be certain. But now that you've escaped, it appears that your life is still at risk.
Who do you run with? Collective? A nun?
We're a circle of truth seekers and underground journalists. We go by Jahilia.
Never heard of it. What's it mean?
Well, who controls the media today?
Chishiki? They're the biggest.
Exactly. Chishiki, whose name means knowledge. Except in this knowledge, there's nothing but trivia and lies. So where will people find the truth?
Ignorance?
Precisely.
So, are you guys an anti-tech outfit? Doombreakers?
No, it's just an ironic name.
I'd better disconnect and see if your guy can help me get out.
Bit Tawfiq, I've sent you the location to find us at. I'll be here should you require any further assistance in your escape.
Hi there.
Oh, hey. Make yourself at home. Everyone else seems to in here.
I'm Mandela.
Guy, I'd shake your hand, but, well...
Jinsel says hi.
Oh, does she? Tell her she owes me double for this one. I lost touch with her hours ago.
She says you know a way out of here?
Well, sure. It's even easier when Central's down. Of course, I'm gonna need something from you.
Fine. What is it you want?
I need an edge to help me get rid of the chatterbox. For that, I need epinephrine. See if you can get them to bring any in.
And if they don't?
You look clever. You can probably find a way to make it.
Substance abuse is the curse of the working classes.
Why do you want this stuff?
The people here don't exactly know what they're doing. Cells treatment might work, or I might walk out of here and straight to Greater Han. The epinephrine will give me enough of a boost to make sure it's me who wins the battle.
We must persevere in the great revolutionary struggle.
Plus, it's the kind of thing that most chemical synthesizers can make.
Wait, like a food machine?
Probably.
Don't go anywhere.
Ha, you're funny.
Hi there. How can I help?
Can I speak to you?
Sure. Just a second.
The guy in the bed? I know what's wrong with him. He's contracted a human resources Trojan.
How would you know this? Have you been trancing with him? Because then we might have to quarantine you as well.
No, I had a friend come down with it.
Okay, then. I can get something to help. Unfortunately, I can only try to stabilize him for now. We have to wait for a specialist before we can try anything stronger.
Looks like it's full of medical stuff.
Hey, what are you doing to that drone?
I was just checking out the hardware. It's quite some gear you guys have.
I've done all I can for the moment. Let me know if he gets any worse, okay?
Wow, this is some really old hardware. It's going to need some upgrading if I want to make it produce anything complex. There, the table has been freed. This might be useful. I've upgraded the optical component with the camera's superpowered lens. It's not compatible with it. There. It should be a lot more sensitive with that now. I hope it understands its new orders. Let's see what it can do now. It didn't sound like the machine enjoyed that. At least it managed to make me a cartridge of epinephrine. The cartridge is mounted in the ejector. Now let's see if he holds up his end of the bargain.
Feeling better?
A whole lot, thanks. I managed to get rid of the knockoff. Give me a few hours, I'll be out of the wall and can help you leave.
I haven't got a few hours. What can you do now?
From here? Not much, but I could give you some options.
I need more than helpful suggestions.
I've got control of one of the utility drones. They use them for moving kit around the building.
I might be able to escape if I was better equipped.
Atta girl. I've sent you the link to the drone. She'll be in your hub.
Come on, shoo!
Warning, power contact lost.
This might be useful.
Dr. Lau, you have a visitor.
Oh!
Good evening, Dr. Lau.
Hello? And you are...
Surely you recognize him.
Oh, Dr. Vargas, you're the Central Operations Coordinator.
Quite so, young lady.
I apologize for the mess, sir. If I'd known we were going to have such important visitors...
That's quite all right, Dr. Lau.
What brings you from the Fulcrum Tower, sir?
A most grave matter, I'm afraid. One I believe you specifically to be most suited to handle.
Shall I, Father?
Please do, Galadea.
Central, I believe the audio EM capture system in this room to be faulty. Please run a deep diagnostic on the system.
Certainly, Miss Vargas. Beginning scan.
We have perhaps 2 minutes until the diagnostic cycle is complete.
Dr. Lau, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of Baxter?
Dr. Adam Baxter, convicted murderer?
And a brilliant engineer in his time.
Yes, I've heard of him. My partner had a history with him. His parole hearing and eventual release really got to Dr. Regis.
Quite so. Poor Viksha. I don't think Charlie ever got over it. And unfortunately, it appears that he's taking things into his own hands.
You have a connection to Regis as well?
Quite so. He worked for me in a research team, as did Baxter in the same project.
And Viksha Regis?
Precisely. We lost half of the team in one fell swoop that day.
Dr. Lau, when did you last see Dr. Regis?
Last night, before Central went into siege mode. Why? What's happened?
This morning, Dr. Baxter was found dead in his workplace.
Oh, no. Oh, Charlie, no.
I share your concern, Dr. Lau.
Central believes Dr. Regis to be the most likely suspect. He would have known that Central would be unable to provide oversight during the siege.
And he had no shortage of motive, as I'm sure you'd agree.
It just doesn't sound like him, though. He had other outlets, like his garden.
I don't fully agree with Central's assessment either. That is why I'm activating you on this case.
You want me to investigate Baxter's murder with my partner as the prime suspect? Isn't that a pretty serious conflict of interest?
It is within my prerogative to select agents I feel appropriate for casework, if necessary. Using it to aid an old friend, a good man, like Charlie Regis, I think that's worthwhile.
Remember that your primary responsibilities are to the law and to this city.
I think I've heard enough.
That's good to hear. I'll have Galatea T-mail the case data to you. If I can be of any further help, don't hesitate to drop by my office.
At the top of the Fulcrum Tower, make an appointment beforehand.
Diagnostic cycle of monitoring systems complete. No wetware or firmware anomalies detected. However, please ask Dr. Regis to stop obstructing the lens assembly.
I wish you luck with your work, Dr. Lau. For Regis's sake.
Ow! Hey, what was that? Sorry, Regis. A physical photograph. The team. February 2067. Regis is probably the only person I know who'd want his picture on paper. I guess defacing a digital one just isn't the same.
Dr. Lau, so good to see you again, my dear.
Dr. Vargas, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Certainly, my dear. Anything I can do to help.
What was your opinion of Dr. Baxter?
As a scientist, 20 years ago, he was peerless in his field.
But as a human being?
He did not take refusal well. This apparently is what led to his breakdown.
And the murder that followed that.
Precisely. I have not spoken to him personally since the trial, however. I'm afraid I couldn't enlighten you about his recent state of mind.
How long have you known Dr. Regis?
Since 2067. He joined a research project of mine. He was a good man then. Very principled.
And now?
I have no doubt goodness remains. Though since joining Cell, I feel that he expresses this solely through his work.
Do you know about his garden on Tier 42 of this building?
Ah, yes. I've been there myself a couple of times. Though I hope we can keep that between us, Dr. Lau.
What did you think of it?
It is certainly an interesting way of coping with grief. Though that it has lasted so long is perhaps cause for concern.
You mentioned Regis's wife, Viksha.
Ah, yes. Vicky. She was a student of mine in the 50s in Buenos Aires. She spent several years working for the UN in hot zones around the world. When she had finished, she was the natural choice for the project I was just commencing.
He never really spoke about her.
They were very much in love. It pains me greatly to see a man so afflicted by a loss.
She was a engineer as well?
Yes and no. She specialized in organic computing. A field perhaps more closely aligned to your own.
You mentioned a project that Viksha was recruited for.
I'm afraid that's classified.
Galatea, how can we help if we block every question? It was a project that utilized the expertise of both Viksha and Charles. Essentially, we were studying organic interfacing and large-scale computing.
Large scale, as in city coordination intelligences, like Central?
On this matter, I can answer no further.
Thank you, Dr. Vargas. You've been most helpful.
Anything I can do to help.
That's a lot of green. Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer?
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
What's the purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
What sort of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch. You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange. Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
You knew Regis as well?
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as?
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
What's been done to the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch. Huh. Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file. He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data. But M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab, and... I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, broad leaves, and very, very small fruit. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
What do you think of this?
Oh my. Is that? Goodness. Seems like such a long time ago. The project was just starting and we were all so buoyant, so keen.
I've never seen Regis looking this happy before.
He was a different man before he lost Vicky. He's always been a good one, though. I still can't quite believe he'd have done this.
Hi there.
Insignificance could please even the most demanding follower of Freud.
What happened here?
Georgie promised a blow-by-blow.
I see. Can I get your name?
The robot dramatically cleaned a screaming pile of biscuits.
Okay. I give up.
A fox dramatically sat on a secret arm.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
I tried talking to your intern. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh, yes. He just gave it to himself. It's what the kids are into these days.
Crippling neurological disorders?
Yes and no. Maladism, they call it. They give themselves old diseases. It only lasts about a week each time.
And you let him do that?
He's not public-facing. And as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work. I figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
I need to ask Meester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially wetware designed to occupy the Wernicke and Broca regions of the brain. This then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
I can't get into the airlock.
The airlock and the growth lab are secure areas. We grow potentially hazardous organisms beyond those doors.
I'm trying to conduct an investigation here. Don't make me get a warrant from Central.
I'm sorry, Central would likely agree with us. We can't just give anyone access to the growth lab.
Not even a cell agent?
I'd need a pretty damn good reason. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
This could be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
Wondrous all lies ahead. What would the future have to come?
Really? How interesting.
Reached questions, you injector?
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector? Now I'll have to get my aphasia rejabbed. Not cool, man.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Dr. Chigwa tells me that some of the specimens have been tampered.
Oh yeah, I found one of those. Man, couldn't they have just killed the guy without messing up my work?
I need to find it. Which specimen was it?
Oh, a Corsae Braziliarum. When I found it, I just thought Baxter was nuking it up again.
What did you do with it?
I just sent it back to the specimen lab. Should be there in the sample store.
Alright, I'll let you get back to your job.
Uh-huh, whatever.
Oh god, what a mess. I've taken a DNA sample from it. Huh. It won't let me take a sample from this one. I guess it needs to have grown a bit first. I haven't examined the body properly yet. Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing.
Update, Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead. He's been decapitated, and not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook. The growth matrix won't start in that. There, I've planted the growth matrix. Let's hope I got Mom's green fingers. I've taken a DNA sample from it. I hope it doesn't grow in my pocket. Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, there was a batch of orchid...
And?
I do remember that it had blue flowers, broad leaves, and very, very small fruit. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll
I've taken a DNA sample from it. It worked! Yes! Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one.
According to this, he's been dead for anything in his case. Good luck.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get any sense out of it. I've taken a DNA sample from it. Taken a DNA. There's some more. Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one.
According to this, he's been dead for anything in his case. Good luck.
I'm going to need to find where he's... Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of... I do raw and... Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me.
Taken a DNA sample from it. They're keeping things in here because they're dangerous or unusual. Probably not what I want to be carrying around. I've taken a DNA sample from it. Taken a DNA sample from it. It doesn't have any DNA to sample.
Warning, copyright breach in progress.
Excuse me?
You are not authorized to remove Orchidaceae isotria samples from the growth lab. They are copyrighted property of Typho Labs GmbH. Beginning purge.
Hey, my sample! What did you do?
To prevent theft of intellectual property, gene sequences in your possession have been neutralized. Have a nice day.
Gee, thanks. Excuse me.
Yeah?
Hey, the pipes in the growth lab are leaking.
Ah, you get again? Better go fix it before Chico starts yelling.
Taken a DNA sample from it. Better not lose it. It's only compatible with the sampler tool. Got some. Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that. Looks like...
Lau, if you're listening to this, well, it means they've got me.
Oh no, Regis, no, no, no.
But Lau, ignore anything left in the recording up to this point.
Huh?
Sorry for being so unhelpful with the message, but I had to be sure you were the one who heard it first. Everyone will be saying that I came to the lab to, well, for Baxter, and they might be right. Except that he's been dead since before I got here.
Yes!
We need to touch bases on this case. Meet me where we were both first involved in a case. I'll try to explain when you get here. Good luck.
Oh, thank God. You've got some explaining to do, Regis.
What the hell did you think you were doing? We need her alive!
I saw an opportunity for striking back at Regis, a kind of poetic justice.
At Regis? You've never even met the man.
Yes, but I...
You haven't offloaded Baxter yet, have you? Look, there might just be a use for your newfound vendetta. The tap on his partner was successful. She found where Regis is hiding. He's an unfactored element. Now, he needs to be removed from the equation.
Don't worry. I'll kill him myself if it comes to it.
There's only so much of the city's resources that can be diverted to this. Find him, finish him, then return for offloading. Remember, I'm your controller, not Baxter.
Don't be so sure.
So I got out. I managed to find somewhere to lie low. But I know what Central's capable of. You can only hide from it for so long. Lau had better find that message before an aerostat comes this way. What the hell? What the hell is this? The bottle is some kind of thermal container, about half full of thick liquid. The words, "Drink me," are stenciled on the side. Down. I wonder what that did.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Who's there?
Barely, can you hear me?
Barely. I can't see you. Where are you?
In your head.
That bottle I drank. That's what did this?
Exactly. You ingested a wetware builder node colony. They were programmed to construct a transceiver in the small bones of your inner ear.
It's not permanent, is it?
No, it'll break itself down in a couple of weeks. You have bigger problems at the moment, though.
My location's been compromised?
I'm afraid so. There's a strike team surrounding the building as we speak.
Damn.
We need to get you out of there. The sewer access on the factory floor hasn't been secured. It's your best chance for an escape route.
If what you're saying's true, I'm about to be outnumbered and outgunned.
Don't worry, you're probably one of the few people I know who's smart enough to get out of something like this.
Do you know me?
You could say that. Come on, get moving.
Looks like this guy had a place to keep his vices at work. Must have been a decorator. Looks like I can control the factory's power from my traveler now. Huh, it fits.
Wait!
What is it?
Cobalt Actual, this is Cobalt 3. Dynamic entry complete. Second floor hallway secure. Going dark and starting patrol. Out.
Adaptive camouflage? How am I supposed to get past them when I can't even see them?
I'll see if I can breach their systems. For now, you're going to have to think your way past.
Cobalt 3, camouflage compromised.
The fact that I can see him now to my advantage. One down.
However many left to go. Don't count on taking them all on, though.
Low velocity, jacketed hollow point. They came prepared for a soft target. That's one way of getting it open. It's empty except for all the packing material. Apparently, it's not just cleaning supplies they kept in here. This is some pricey liquor. Huh, this takes me back. What a waste of good whiskey. Ah! It's rusted stuff. There's nothing in here. I've stuffed the drain. ain't much cover between me and him.
Okay, you're on the factory floor. There's an emergency access route to the sewers in the corner of the north wall.
Sure, except it's locked.
What? This can't be right.
Yep, big padlock and everything. Any other ideas?
I'm afraid not. The crisis team's got the factory surrounded. That's your only route out.
Guess I need to find a way to get the lock off. Whatever this is, building a synth apparently takes a lot of them. That's brightened it up. I'd better not be walking into an ambush.
I haven't let you down yet, have I?
Regis!
It's good to see you in the flesh as well, Lau.
What do you mean, in the flesh?
You weren't the one sending messages through a transceiver in my head?
No, she wasn't.
No, I wasn't.
You thought I was her?
Well, it seemed like that.
Seemed like what? Who are you talking to?
Never mind. You found my message in the DNA.
Eventually. You could have been a little less abstruse.
I had to make sure you'd be the one to find it. Plus, if someone else did manage to get into it...
They'd probably think you meant to meet up where our first case was, rather than where you caught me the first time.
Looks like they found me anyway.
There's why. Looks like she downloaded an interceptor. Even I can see the signal coming off it.
Max, the voices say you've been bugged.
What? Wait a second. Nuke an interceptor.
Can you disable it?
Easily, now that I know it's there. Okay, it's isolated.
I can confirm that. They won't be tracking her any further.
I have no idea when it started writing me. Must have been while I was investigating the murder at the plant lab.
It wasn't me, Max.
I know, Regis. I didn't think it was, but...
But?
You're the only person I can think of who would have wanted him dead. And frankly, I don't think anyone would have blamed you after what he did. But after what you tried to do with the bomber last night...
What about it?
You tried to save his life, even though he'd come here intending to murder as many as he could.
It was the right thing to do.
I've worked with you long enough to know how you work, Regis. What Baxter did didn't drive you to revenge. It's motivated you to try and make the world a better place.
Thank you for your opinion, Max. You're probably thinking more clearly than I am right now. What do you think we ought to do next?
I guess turn yourself in isn't an option.
No.
Well, we need to see if we can find out who really did kill Baxter.
And why they've sent a strike team to hunt me down.
If I might interrupt your happy reunion, I believe I may be able to help.
You can? How?
The voices again?
My organization is aware of links between this attack and Dr. Baxter's murder.
What? How?
I believe we must discuss this somewhere more secure. 1181 Shenley Boulevard, Southeast Network, 16th floor. Come around the back.
We need to find out what's going on. You seem to have a better picture than us. And I guess you've been looking out for me so far. You say I know you?
And I you, Charlie.
All right. We'll come.
Leave Dr. Lau. Come alone.
No.
Pardon?
Lau comes too. She's the only one I know I can trust right now.
Aw.
Very well. See you soon, Charlie.
Wow, looks like Vargas pulled together quite a team.